India and Bangladesh. All right, the biggest news that we are in fact tracking for you continues to come in from Vietnam. At least 15 Indian tourists were killed after a speedboat carrying 32 Indian passengers and 4 crew members capsized near the Phu Quoc island in southern Vietnam on Saturday. According to Vietnamese news bulletin and websites, VN Express International, rescue operations are currently underway as authorities continue to search the area and ascertain the full circumstances of the accident. The Indian Embassy in Vietnam has also said that it is closely monitoring the situation and remains in contact with the local administration. Well, we have some breaking news coming our way. Now, this tourist boat carrying Indian passengers has capsized off the Phu Quoc Island, triggering a major rescue operation. Now, dramatic video from the scene actually shows the white and blue tow boat that overturned and partially submerged in the choppy waters. Multiple rescue vessels, including several motorboats and jet skis, are actively involved in the operation and speeding through the waves to reach the survivors. You can see that on your screens. Rescuers on a small white speedboats with orange life rings also maneuver close to the capsized vessel, pulling people from the water amid strong currents and white caps. Now, jet skis also weave between the boats, assisting in the frantic effort as more rescue craft, including larger tow-style boats, converge on the site near a green, hilly shoreline. So, we've described that entire visual for you. There are jet skis, there are smaller tow boats, there are people on rescue crafts as well, trying to do whatever they can to make sure that the people are rescued. Let me go across to my colleague Pragati Tripathi, who joins us live on this broadcast. Pragati, these are telling visuals that we are running on our screens right now for the viewers. We can see frantic movement, there are choppy waters, but still jet skis are weaving through. We are looking at smaller rescue crafts that are making their way to that capsized boat over there to make sure that most of the people are rescued.
Yes, Shivani, the situation there is, remains extremely serious. Rescue operations are continuing after the tragic incident in Vietnam, with the authorities focusing on, locating those who are still missing. Even the local residents have also stepped forward to assist the affected people. Communities in the area are helping emergency and supporting those impacted by this tragedy. You can see the turbo boats, you can see the skies who are going for the operation, trying to find out where the people can actually be. And even at Thoi port, emergency preparations have been made, and with around 10 ambulances deployed to receive victims brought back from the search area. Medical teams are on standby to provide immediate assistance and treatment whenever required.
Right, Pragati, I'll request you to please stay on with us as we continue to break some of those visuals that are coming to the fore now. Now, shocking visuals from the aftermath of the boat capsizing near the Phu Quoc Island in Vietnam also show desperate rescue efforts on shore. In this video, there is a man in a light colored shirt. He is seen kneeling over a victim lying on the stone steps at the water's edge. He is seen performing the CPR. He repeatedly compresses the chest of the victim in a steady rhythm as bystanders look on. A large crowd of tourists and locals also had gathered over there on the stairs and the beach area under a large structure marked as the Phu Quoc Ocean Pearl Island. Several people wearing bright blue life vests also stand nearby. While others move around the scene, the urgent life-saving efforts continue as waves lap the shore. So, Pragati, another video surfaces, this time of the rescue operations that locals were also conducting. And we can see that person frantically trying to, give out CPR, make sure that the victim has a clear pathway to breathe.
Shivani, officials are coordinating with all the local authorities for council support, including and including identification process, and also all the locals right now are helping the authorities, because the priority right now is to ensure that every affected person is accounted for, and the family, the family also receives accurate information directly from the officials, and the people can at least try, they are trying to save the life of the people. They are performing CPRs. They are trying to bring them to the ambulance so that they get the medical treatment as soon as possible.
Absolutely, Pragati. Please do stay on with us. We have some more dramatic visuals coming to the fore on social media. Well, these visuals from the tragic boat capsize near the Phu Quoc Island in Vietnam. This video is from the scene, which actually shows a large white and red tourist boat listing heavily and partially submerged in the rough and choppy seas. The vessel is tilted at a very sharp angle as waves crash around it. Now, multiple jet skis and smaller rescue boats are actively circling the area, speeding through the white caps to assist the survivors. People can be seen in the water near the capsized boat as rescuers work urgently to pull them to safety. This is yet another video, Pragati, that we are in fact bringing to our viewers, obviously over here as well. We can see the amount of force that the waters had. It was choppy water conditions, and yet this expedition was undertaken.
Shivani, weather conditions are an important factor in the ongoing rescue operations. Rescue team are dealing with challenges such as, freezing condition, visibility, and changing weather patterns. When conditions at sea become very, at times, this time it's very difficult. It can, slow down search operation, and it's even making it hard for rescue personnel to cover wider areas. However, teams remain, deployed and are continuing their efforts despite these challenges. And authorities are closely monitoring the weather while coordinating the movement of rescue boats and emergency team, and the locals are also helping in making sure that all the people who are missing are, they can take out them from the sea safely.
Right, Pragati, please do stay on with us. In fact, there is an update on the tragic boat capsizing incident in Vietnam. Around 10 ambulances have been deployed at the Thoi port to receive the victims being brought back from the search and rescue area. Emergency medical teams are also standing by as rescue boats continue to ferry survivors and casualties to the port. The large-scale ambulance presence highlights the severity of the incident, which claimed at least 15 lives, with the toll expected to rise further. So, Pragati, we are also getting to know the authorities are prepared. They have deployed 10 ambulances. We can see emergency response teams also present at the port to make sure that the survivors get all kind of help. Unfortunately, we are getting to know that the death toll may rise further.
Yes, Shivani, at the Thoi port, emergency preparations have been made with around 10 ambulances being deployed to receive victims brought back from the search area. Medical teams are also on the standby to provide immediate assistance and treatment whenever required. And even the government of India has moved very quickly after the incident. The Indian Embassy in Hanoi and the Consulate General of India are in constant contact with the Vietnamese authorities. The diplomat teams are also monitoring the rescue operation and working to verify the identities and status of Indian tourists who may have been affected. Also, the director of AN Province Department of Tourism has said that provincial leaders have submitted an initial report on the incident to Prime Minister and relevant ministries, including the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism. The authorities are now focused on rescue operations, providing support to the victims and ensuring that the families receive confirmed information. The search operation is still underway. The death toll for now is 15 and it might rise also as but told the officials are expected to provide further updates as more details are verified. This is the latest news that we are getting from the Vietnam.
Right, Pragati. Please do stay on with us. We have some more breaking news coming in. Now, further updates from Vietnam. Phu Quoc, director of Giang Province's Department of Tourism, has stated that provincial leaders have submitted an initial report on the boat capsizing incident to the Prime Minister as well as the Ministries of Foreign Affairs and Culture, Sports and Tourism. So, Pragati, this is the latest that we are getting from the authorities. In fact, an initial report now has been submitted to these various ministries. If you can take us through those details.
Yashwani, Thai Director of Gyang Province Department of Tourism has already said that the provincial leaders have already submitted an initial report on the incident to the Prime Minister, and also they have submitted the reports to relevant ministries, including the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism. The authorities are solely focused right now on the rescue operation, providing support to the victims, and they are also maintaining close contact with Indian embassies so that the families receive authentic information about the people who are missing on.
With us, we have some more breaking news coming our way. Now, 15 Indian nationals have been killed after a tourist boat capsized near the Phu Quoc Island. Vietnamese authorities have now confirmed the deaths of 15 Indian passengers from the inflated vessel. The boat was carrying around 32 people, which overturned in rough waters, triggering a large-scale search and rescue operation. So, Pragati, this is the official confirmation from the Vietnamese authorities now. 15 Indian tourists have unfortunately lost their lives.
Yes, Shivani, this is the official confirmation from the Vietnamese authorities, and according to the latest information available on the internet and by the Vietnamese authorities, 15 Indians have lost their lives till now. While this death toll remains, it is expected to increase further, and there are other remain unaccounted for. Search teams are working continuously to find survivors and recover victims. Even the local people and the local residents have also stepped forward to assist the affected people.
Right, Pragati, please to stay on with us. We have some more breaking news coming our way, that these are details that are emerging regarding the victims of the tragic boat capsizing incident in Vietnam. A mobile company had reportedly taken around 250 distributors from India on this incentive trip. Among them were 35 distributors from Andhra Pradesh and 40 from Telangana. Now, 15 Indian nationals from this group have been confirmed dead after the tourist boat capsized over there in Vietnam. So, Pragati, these are reports that are coming in that are now stating that this might be the contingent of mobile phone distributors who had gone there on an incentive trip. Pragati, if you can hear us.
In this tragic incident from Vietnam, reports now suggest that a large number of Indian tourists may have been involved. The situation is developing rapidly. According to the initial report, a mobile phone company had organized a trip for around 250 distributors from India to Vietnam. Among them were reportedly around 35 distributors from Andhra Pradesh and 40 from Telangana. And sources indicate that more than 70 distributors were on board the ill-fated, that boat at that time of the incident. Initial reports also suggest, Shivani, that there have been several casualties, but authorities are still working to confirm the exact number of victims and identify and the identities of those who have been affected by this incident. The rescue operations are again, continuing with the Vietnamese authorities leading efforts to locate missing passengers and provide medical assistance to survivors. Shivani.
Absolutely, Pragati. In fact, these ground visuals that we continue to play out for our viewers show how rough the waters were, how rescue operations were underway immediately as soon as the boat was unstable, as soon as the boat started capsizing. There were jet skis that were in fact present over there. Continue to stay on with us, Pragati. Now, let's take a look at where the incident actually occurred, and let's also take a look at the recent boat tragedies in Vietnam.